Guys, it's Tammy, and whew, I have no makeup on, no nothing, and I feel like I haven't vlogged in forever. It is Tuesday, and it has been a work from home day, and I'm going to grab myself some lunch, and I have my pooch in the back seat, because I can't go bye-bye in the car without taking him with me. I know I could, but I don't want to. It's been a good week so far. They're installing fiber in our neighborhood, which is kind of nice. But it's for a company that I've never heard of. It's MetroNet. So if you guys have heard of them, let me know. There's an AT&T van across the street. My brother works for AT&T. I have asked him to see if he can find out if they're installing cable or fiber for AT&T as well. Like if they'll be able to share the fiber, or I don't know how that works. I don't think they share, but whatever. I mean, usually if one of them does it, then, you know, the others are slowly following, because our internet is so slow right now. So I haven't been able to put up a lot of videos at this moment because our internet is driving me bananas. So today, the only thing I have up there so far is my vlog. I have a card video scheduled for tomorrow, which I had pre-scheduled, thank goodness, but I have like 7 videos waiting to be uploaded, and I can't use the computer and upload at the same time, so I'm sorry guys. I will get them when I can. It's just a slow process. Like literally, this vlog I started at 11 o'clock last night. It didn't finish until I published it today at whatever time that was, which is probably about 11 o'clock. It was like a 12-hour process, so it doesn't usually take that long, but I have unlimited data, and I think that like if we use a certain amount, then they make it slower, and then when you use a certain more amount, they make it slower, and it's the end of the month, so they've made it slower and slower to the point that it's almost ridiculous. I mean, we don't use Wi-Fi for anything in the house right now because the data is, or because it's so slow. So it's insane, and I don't know why I just turned this way. I'm a dingbat. I'm gonna go get, I think, Taco Bell. I know I get that a lot, but it is Tuesday, and yo quiero Taco Bell. Taco Tuesday. I think we're gonna have barbecue chicken for dinner, as long as that chicken is good. I took it out of the freezer this morning. I have it uncovered, sitting there waiting to thaw out. I might need to put it in the sink and try to thaw it out a little bit that way. My mom used to do that. Put it in cold water and let it thaw. I don't really know how that works, but we'll see what happens. See how thawed out it is after I eat. I really would like to make corn chowder because it is cold. It's 57 degrees right now, which is crazy. And I have this recipe for corn chowder, which sounds so yummy, and it's from the Amish cookbook, but it needs a couple things that I don't have. I think it just has a couple things that I didn't have, and I'd ordered the spices from Pinsley's Spice, and they should be here on Thursday. So I don't remember what it is that it said that I needed and I didn't have, that I was like, oh, if it was something like carrots or something, I'm gonna be mad at myself because I have carrots. I could just chop them up. I might have to rethink that. Have barbecue chicken tomorrow night, have corn chowder and homemade bread tonight. Does not sound good. So I don't know. My feet are freezing, I can tell you that. My husband, so some people have asked about the air conditioning. Not fixed yet, but my husband says it's this close, and I'm gonna believe him. But the problem is that it's been raining, like torrential downfall for days. I don't know why we need so much rain. I mean, literally our yard in the backyard has a little bit of a slope, and there's water standing in it, so that's nasty. I don't like that because then that breeds mosquitoes, and nobody likes those. So it's clear right now. It's a beautiful day right now. I'm hoping that it stays that way. I will be surprised if it does. Our yard needs mowed like there's no tomorrow. It's probably 8 inches long or something. It's ridiculous. But Dennis can't do it when it's soggy, so crazy. What else? feel like it's been a little bit. So Alex's prom is this coming Saturday, I think, maybe Friday. And he's decided that he wants to go, but he doesn't want to take anybody. And he wanted me to rent a tux. I'm like, dude, that's not the way it works. I'm not going to rent you a tux on Tuesday for a prom that's on Friday or Saturday. And he said, well, can we just buy one? I gave him that look. I'm like, honey, no. So I really don't know what we're going to do. I told him he needed to talk to. He said, well, I'm not really even sure we're going. I said, honey, no. I'm not putting any effort in until you're sure that you're going. If you want to go, then maybe we can figure something out. I don't know what, because it's not going to, I mean, we can maybe piece together a nice suit for you to wear. But if you're not taking anyone, I mean, really, what's the point of having to wear a tux? It's not like he has to match anybody or any of that. So I don't know. I said, piss poor planning leads, or poor prior planning leads to piss poor performance. And you can't decide the week of prom that you're going to prom. He had mentioned it last week, but wasn't sure then. And I said, well, you need to tell me when, if you're going to go. And I said, who are you going to ask? And he said, I don't know. He said, I don't have anyone to ask. Who am I supposed to ask? You? Or something. I'm like, yes, I'm going to go dress shopping right now. I literally said that, and he thought that that meant that I was going shopping so he didn't have to worry about a tux. I'm like, dude, are you insane? I can't go jean shopping without you with me, because even though you wear a 32, you'll tell me that it's not right or whatever. I said, there's no way in the world I'd pick out a tux. I said, use your head. Come on, mister. So, crazy kid. 32. That's awesome, but I'm not that. And he said, well, do they come in small, medium, and large? I'm like, Alex, you have been in a tux before. Because he went to whatever freshmen and sophomores go to. Homecoming. Like, you've been in a tux before. You know how this works. You go there, you get fitted. They take 18,000 measurements and measure you again and order the stuff. Said it was like $150 for the tux the last time, and that didn't include rush shipping, which you would need for this time. So it would be like $200 for your tux, if they even have any available, the week of prom. And I'm not spending $200 for you to go have a good time with your friends. I'm sorry. It's not happening. Hot stuff. So we'll see what he decides. And he says, well, I'll pay for it. I'm like, who's paying for your car? Mr. Richie. Richie Rich. What you doing, mister? We'll get this teenage thing figured out one of these days. Okay. They have a Starburst drink? That actually sounds yummy. I love strawberry Starburst. Oh, my face. My face is hurting me. It's killing you, I know. I know the joke.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Doing well. What can I get for you today?
Could I please get a number 7 with a large Diet Coke?
Anything else?
Yeah, a loaded taco burrito.
Okay.
And that should do it.
Is everything correct on the screen today?
Yes.
Alrighty, so the 808 at the window.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, they do have a strawberry Starburst drink. Oh boy. My puppy's getting excited, but I'm not having the window down because it's so cold. I'm not having the outside window down. Well, that doesn't make any sense. The back seat window down. Oh, goodness. So the fashion show went really well on Sunday with Dennis's oldest daughter, Katie. That went really well. I was proud of her. She ended up getting second place for her overall design, which was super. I was proud of her. I met his ex-wife and her mom. So I met Katie's mom and ex-wife. No, that's wrong. I met Katie's mom and grandma. I don't know what I'm talking about. They were very nice. It was sweet. They were kind. I was kind of wondering.
Hello.
Hi.
808, any sauce?
Mild, please.
Last sauce?
I was kind of wondering if we were going to all go out to dinner together, because after the show we had said we'd take her to dinner. But kind of luckily.
Here you go. This is
Thank
survey
you.
on the back. Let me know how we did.
Okay, thank you.
We have just a moment.
It was kind of nice that they didn't, just because it would be awkward. I mean, I wouldn't have really cared. It would have been fine. I can handle it, but and I do really like Katie. She's a sweet girl. She's pretty cool. So it was Katie and her boyfriend.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
You too. Katie and her boyfriend Patrick, and then my Katie, and then Dennis and I, and we went to the Outback, and I got a steak sandwich. No, I didn't. I got a steak salad, and it was pretty good. It wasn't great though. I don't know. Seems like the last few times I've been to the Outback, I have not been as impressed as I used. I mean, it used to be like the place to go, but I guess I'm talking back in the 90s. Maybe I should up my game a little. But it really, I mean, you shouldn't really mess up on steak if you're a steakhouse. You really just shouldn't. And my Katie, she's a vegan, so she's trying to find something she can eat. So she ordered a salad, just a side salad with no cheese and no croutons, just like vegetables. And then she had some dressing that she could use. And then, so she got that, and they had cheese on it, and she was trying to pick it, and I was like, oh honey. And then she ordered a side of broccoli and a side of mixed vegetables. So the broccoli came, and it was huge, big broccoli, so that she liked that. So she had the broccoli and the vegetables, but she couldn't eat the salad, so we had to send that back and get a salad with no cheese on it and no croutons. And they did it all right. I mean, and she asked for it to go so that she could take it back to her dorm. So that was kind of nice. It ended up okay, but I mean, just us, it was like $90. And I had a salad. Katie had a salad, a side salad with vegetables. Dennis's Katie had the same thing I had, which was just a salad. Dennis had a burger, and Patrick had, I think, salmon. So it's not like anybody got anything that was insanely expensive, or it just added up quick, I guess. I would have been happier, I think, at the Olive Garden, which I know isn't very much better as far as very much better. You like my grammar? That as far as like, you know, 90s, getting out of the 90s, but I don't know. I like the Olive Garden. Seems like the Olive Garden at least is consistent. It's just regular pasta consistently. Nothing special. Although I still like their spaghetti with meatballs. I have no idea why. I could make spaghetti with meatballs. I like my spaghetti with meatballs. But go to the Olive Garden, probably half the time I'll get spaghetti with meatballs. The other half the time I like their chicken parmesan. I've had their tour of Italy. That's good. Their manicotti is yummy. Ravioli is okay. So I'll switch it up to some other things sometimes, but sometimes at restaurants I'll find something that I like and just get that every time. Like there's a restaurant here called Bravo. Every time shrimp diavolo. Every time. With the house chopped salad and an iced tea unsweetened. And it's their iced tea. I don't know what they do with their iced tea or what brand of iced tea they use, or if it's their house brand or what, but their iced tea is always on point. So good. And it's iced tea. I'm like, I don't know how you guys do this, but you make this iced tea taste like it's honeydew vine water. It's good stuff. So I must be hungry. I'm talking about food, which is good because I got food to eat. How's my razzmatazz? He was so cute this morning. If I remember, I'll put a picture, but So he's learning some commands in class. He's only been to one so far, but he's learning sit and stay and down and free. And so like when they do something, if you say free, then they're free to do whatever. Like they don't have to follow a command right then. They can, like if you say sit and stay, they should stay until you say free, and then when you say free, they're free to do whatever. So Dennis was leaving this morning and he said sit and stay, and he was so good, he did. And then Dennis was opening the door and he closed the door and he says free, but I don't know if, I'm sure he heard him, but Taz didn't respond really. So then I real dramatically said free, you're free. And he ran over to me so excited because I was being silly, jumps up on me, gives me kisses in my face, and then all of a sudden puts his head down and falls asleep on me. It was so sweet. So I was loving it. So I couldn't move for a little minute. I mean, who could? I had a sweet boy on me. But he was adorable, so that was really sweet. So he is learning lots and he is doing great. And we haven't had any more episodes with the growling or anything. It's been pretty good, and I'm going a different way just because there's people working down that way on the fiber, and I didn't want to have to worry about that or have them worry about me. So here's I am. I'm home again. Sweet little pig. Ugh. All right. So I will talk with you all later. Bye. Hi everyone, it's Tammy, and it is Wednesday, and I just realized I'm gonna have to stop for some gas. Well, poo. Not what I wanted to do. I wonder, Now I'm wondering how far I can get. Can I make it to Starbucks and to that gas station over by work? But you know what? I should just go to this one over here. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way. It is 41 degrees out here. This is like crazy for May. It's pretty chilly. I don't remember what it usually is, but it doesn't seem like it's usually 41 degrees. But I'll take it because actually I love the cool. Fall is my favorite, so prolonged spring and fall, and I'm in good shape. Here comes a bus. Yay, I'm not going to have to stop. I do have to roll down my window to see, though, because I can't see the traffic coming. So, good Wednesday morning to all of you. Hump day. Goodness, I don't know if I'm ever going to get out of my neighborhood. Like, for reals. Oh, here's a spot. I'm jumping on it. Ah, I got it. So, gosh, so now I'm in a predicament. Do I go in a pickle? Should I go into the gas station and just get a pop and call it a day? Or should I just go to my Starbucks? I have my brights on. Why do I have my brights on? I don't know what I'm doing. How do I drive a car? I do love me some Polar Pop. And it's 79 cents versus Starbucks, which is $1 million. But I love me some Starbucks. What will I do? Are you picturing like the little light bulbs and question marks and stars all above my head? Inquiring minds want to know. Because I think I've made my decision up. What am I going to do? You guys are going to have to wait and see. The suspense is going to kill you. I'm sure it will. So last night was a good kind of night. I was going to make some barbecue chicken, but my chicken wouldn't thaw out, so I think that's what we're going to have tonight. So we ordered Chinese, and I had never had egg foo young. I think that's what it's called. And my friend Tracy was telling me how good it was, and I forgot it. Oh, I was going to bring it for lunch. Oh well. So I was gonna have I had egg foo young for the first time last night, and it was pretty good. I really liked it. I had chicken egg foo young. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was really good. I was pleasantly surprised. I had never had it, didn't know what it was, but yeah, it was good. And then my husband wanted to watch The Ring, like part 2 of that. And I sat in there and I tried to sit there with him, but I couldn't watch, like when they were watching the movie and stuff. I don't know if you guys know it, but if you don't worry about it. If you do, then you know what I'm talking about. But the movie part, I was like, I wouldn't watch. And my insides were just crawling. I could not stand it. I needed to get out of there. I'm like, honey, I can't sit in here and watch this nonsense. I really can't. It's just not right. It's not, it was so creepy and just not my thing. I don't mind some horror movies, like some scary movies. I'm more into like the psychological thrillers, like Primal Fear and Silence of the Lambs. I really liked, but I don't know. This was not, no. I couldn't do it. So then I went into my office. Daggone, I should have started another video. I forgot that too. Man, I'm just not on it this morning. And I'm trying to download videos, and I'm sorry, I know that this is a mess. Hearing all this clingy, and the streets are just insane. Whew. Where was I going with this? Something about something. Oh, Lord. I don't know. I'm about to get some gas, and then I'll come back and I'll try to remember what I was saying. Okay, while the gas is pumping, I can tell you that I was trying to download stuff last night, and I could not, while I was downloading, watch anything, but I was trying to watch I Love Lucy. So, oh my gosh, I watched a little bit of it, so that did it for me. But it was so difficult to try to download and do anything. My computer, my internet is killing me right now. I'm having a fight with them. I've called them, and I'm about to call them again today. I'm not going to go into a rant with AT&T, but man, and I really hope that I can get out of this gas station when it's time. And I am not getting a pop here. I am going to stop at Starbucks. So there is the answer that you've been waiting for. I'm sure you're dying to know. So I'm just waiting for my tank to fill, and then I will be on my way. They actually have fairly decent coffee here too. I probably could have just gotten the coffee, but nope. I'm being a snob this morning. I'm gonna have to roll down my window to see. And hopefully I can get out of here. Well, he's letting me out, so that's nice. So yeah, I'm kind of out, but then I'm kind of in the way, but I'll do what I can here. Maybe this little Toyota will actually move up, but no, she's not. But here, now she is. Yay. And we're off. Yellow light, that turns red and then flashes yellow so that if you're in the lane, you can still go. So I'm going on the yellow. All right, that actually worked out way better than I expected. And I have a full tank of gas. Ready to go. Ready to go. Of course, Dennis has some plans to go somewhere tomorrow, which is far away. I don't want to go. I don't like leaving my zip code. Well, it's nothing fun. He just wants to go there to see some building and then come back. And to me, that's not my idea of fun, but I will do it to appease my husband. I should just send him. You just go. But sometimes I like to drive, so I don't mind that. Sometimes I just like to get in the car, turn on the radio, and drive. So yeah. Oh, so let's see. Updates. I have 3 updates to give you. 1 on my ear, 2 on my son's car, 3 on prom. Ooh, and look at me. I'm looking like an angel. Maybe I should switch it so you guys see the road. So now you guys see what I'm seeing. But, so my ear, mostly better. I would say 98%. The other 2%, occasionally, for some reason, it still gets like the watery feeling. Right now I don't have it. I just took a shower this morning and, did my normal routine. Nothing. I feel great. My ears feel fine. Nothing. But then sometime during the day, it will feel like there's something in it again. It's so bizarre. And it's just my left ear. And I did do the treatment. I did the oil treatment, and then I also did the ear thing that my son has that I did not put anything in. I just used plain water, and that worked okay too. So I think that that those definitely helped, and I'm feeling good. So let's see. The second thing was my son's car. That is getting fixed as we speak. I don't know how long it will be. I did not get an ETA, but it is being fixed, and I think it just kind of depends on how long it takes to get the part in that they had to order, and then just to do it. So all of that. And then prom. So last week I may have told you, and I don't remember what I told you yesterday. I get a text message from Alex yesterday saying, okay, we've decided that we're going to go to prom, and we're going to go, he's going to go with 2 guys and 2 girls. So there's 5 of them that want to go. And I'm like, Alex, I don't know. Prom is Saturday. Yesterday was Tuesday. I'm like, I don't know that there's enough time for you to get a tux and all that stuff. No. And he's like, Mom, yes, there is. I know that there is. And if we can't rent one, we can buy one. And I'm like, are you insane? Who is we? We aren't doing anything. And I'm like, honey, if this was like a regular prom where you planned it and all of that, that would be a little bit different. But you're asking me to do all this stuff last minute, and that's just crazy. He's like, well, we need to go shopping when I get home, because he had to work last night and he has to work tonight. He's like, we have to go shopping when we get home. And I'm like, no, Alex, that's not on my plan. We are not doing that. I mean, it's crazy what he expects of me sometimes. I'm like, what the heck, Al? And he's like, what? No, we can do this. We need to. And I'm like, son, just because we can do it doesn't mean that we will do it or we should do it. So we need to think about things. I'm not just going to go and rent you a $200 tux and be done. I said, we need to talk. So finally, he was texting me at school. And I'm like, don't you have some learning to do? What are you doing here? And so finally I said, stop. I am not going to text you back. You need to concentrate on school, and we can talk when you get home. My gosh. So then he said, well, can we go shopping? I didn't even answer him. I was so upset. I was like, are you kidding me? Flustered. I'm going, what the heck? So he gets home, and he's like, well, this is the plan. We're all going to And I said, honey, you know what? How about we wait and see if they're really going to do this? Because you guys just all of a sudden today decide that you're going to go. Yesterday you didn't know. A week ago you didn't know. Today you're going, oh yeah, we're going, and this is what it is. I said, what do you know? What about the other kids, if they get home and their parents are like, no, there's not enough time. We can't do this right. We're not going to do it. He's like, no, Mom, they're not. They're going to do it. And I'm like, honey. And so I made him call Men's Warehouse to find out if we could still rent a tux. And then they decided they wanted to go all white. Don't ask me. I don't know. So he asked them about that. Apparently all white is cheaper, so I'm for that. Oh, okay, then go for all white. And I'm sure I know why it's all cheaper. But and I'm like, if you get this dirty, son, I am not paying for it. And today is the last day that you can rent them and get them even rushed, which is just an extra $20 to the store. So I'm like, honey, if I do this for you, and he's like, I'll pay for it. And I'm like, you don't have the money to pay for it. You're paying for your car. You don't have the money to pay for this too. I said, you have like $60 in your account. He's like, well, I'll pay you back. And I'm like, yeah, this is big. I mean, and I don't know. I don't really. It's not the fact that I can't pay for it. It's just the way he presents things and the way he just, well, I'm going to prom. I mean, it's just, that's the part that it's just so, it gets under my skin. I don't know. Oh, I'm like, so then, I get upset. I'm like, Alex, you don't get to tell me what you're doing. We can talk about things, but we're not going to talk about them over text. And you do not get to say, this is what I'm doing. You are still the child and I'm the adult. And then whenever I say that to Katie, she's like, well, I'm an adult. I'm like, no, I don't care if you're 18, you're still not an adult. Until you are paying for all of your stuff by yourself and you don't need my help, then you're an adult. Until then, you're still a child. And guess what? You're always going to be my child. So, I mean, I'm sure this is not a new argument with people, but my gosh, kids. So, so back to Alex's prom thing. We're going to take, I'm hopefully going to pick him up from school today at 3. He has to work at 4. Take him to Men's Warehouse, get him fitted for this tux that will be in on Saturday so that he can pick it up and wear it to prom on Saturday with him and his buddies and his girls. They're not going as girlfriend, boyfriend. There's no flowers or anything. And we found a coupon at Men's Warehouse, and it looks like we can get, I talked to the lady, looks like we can get a tuxedo for $100. So I'm like, well, that's decent. We can handle that. To rent it, plus the $20 rush fee, so it would be like $120, I think. So not horrible, but still not something I want to do. It's not like but at the same time, I understand that it's prom, but he's a junior, so he still has another year. And if it would be totally different if he was taking a girl. But I mean, just to go hang out with your friends, it seems like an awful lot of money. And I remember prom, it wasn't that fun. I mean, and I'm like, what about after prom? What's happening then? Because that's the scary part as a parent. Hug. So I don't know. But and then so I said today I need to know the plans. I need to know what time you're supposed to be at whose house. Whose house are you supposed to be at? What are you doing for dinner? And that price includes shoes, which was good because who has white shoes? He doesn't even have a good pair of black shoes. I don't think that he could wear with a suit. I don't even know. I'm not sure. The kids, he used to have a suit, but he's grown so much that I'm sure his suit no longer fits him. So I don't think he owns a suit. But it's hard to, and you parents know that, that have had kids, it's hard to keep them. I mean, like, you can get a girl a dress and she can wear that for a while. But a suit on a guy, it's not something that they can wear for very long because their bodies change so much when they're teenagers. So, yeah. Here I am at my Starbucks. Yay, hooray. So there's so I think that's the update on all 3 of the things. So yay. And maybe I will get this vlog up today as opposed to waiting a day, or like maybe I'll finish it today. Oh, there's nobody in line. Let me get up there. Scoochy scooch.
Thank you for choosing Starbucks. What can I get started for you?
Hi, can I please get a venti non-fat, no-whip white chocolate mocha?
Venti non-fat, no whip, white chocolate mocha. Anything else today?
Yes, I think I'd like a bacon and Gouda breakfast sandwich, and then that will do it.
All right. Total's going to be $9.48 at the window.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, oh, there's a car in front of me here. I was like, wow, nobody in the Starbucks. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and close this off and maybe get this posted soon. And depending on the internet, it's driving me bananas. But I love you guys and I appreciate all of you, and I will talk with you soon. Have a great day. Happy Wednesday.